Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Vaer Meridian DS2. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Dufresne Travis MK2, and Grego's wearing my North Edge X1. I'm giving away a North Edge X1, so if you haven't signed up for the giveaway yet, be sure to check out my giveaway video and leave a comment and subscribe, and then you're entered. And I'll be doing the drawing this Sunday. Grogu said that Hondo, the space pirate, was arrested. After months of interrogation, he finally told authorities where his treasure was hidden. In the city of Dantari on Dantooine, there is a man who raises bees for the nearby farms who secretly works with Hondo. The booty is in the hives of the bee holder. All right, let's take a look at the watch. Comes in this box, fairly big box. Not as big as those Timex boxes, but still fairly big. And here's the watch. And here's the additional bracelet. You get an additional strap or bracelet. The steel bracelet is an upcharge, but you can get a canvas bracelet for free. But here's the watch. Nice looking watch. I like it. I've enjoyed this watch. And look how thin it is. This is the first Vaer on my channel. Vaer reached out to me and offered to send me a watch to review, which is so rare for me that of course I said yes. So this is a sponsored video, as I don't have to return it. This sponsorship will not affect my review. However, if you're familiar with my channel, you realize that I like most everything, and it is highly unlikely for me to slam this watch regardless of who paid for it. This is a Miyota GM12 powered quartz dive style watch with 150 meters of water resistance, which Vaer calls a slim diver, which I would also call a skin diver, as it is a 39 millimeter watch that is only 10 millimeters thick. Despite the skin diver look, this watch has lume that competes with the best of them, as you will see in the lume test later. Vaer watches are assembled in the USA. This watch comes in 3 different colorways. If you don't like the green that Vaer sent me, there's also black or navy blue. Each and every colorway comes on a black silicone strap with quick release. Then you get to choose a second strap or bracelet. If you don't want to spend more than the $219 this watch costs, you can get the canvas khaki strap for no extra charge. For an extra $90, you can have the steel bracelet instead, or if you want to spend $120, there's a J style. The watch is 39 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, 46.1 millimeters lug to lug, and if it's on the bracelet, which I haven't put it on right now, it has protruding end links. It's only 10.6 millimeters thick, so it's fairly thin. That's why they call it a slim diver. It has a 20 millimeter lug width, and it tapers down to 18 at the buckle. If you have it on the bracelet, though, it tapers down to 16. And it weighs 70 grams on the supplied silicone strap, 123 grams on the optional steel bracelet with 2 links removed. The bezel's 120 click unidirectional, and the action's about perfect. No back play, nice clicks, enough resistance where you're not going to knock out of place easily, but not too hard to spin. And everything lines up just fine. And we have an aluminum insert, not ceramic. And the aluminum, though, it looks really nice on this watch. It really matches the dial. It gives you some consistency with the finish. Then we have the dial itself. We have a nice sunburst effect. It says Vaer up top, 150 meters on the bottom. And then we have the minute markers, and we have minute counters at the 5s. And then we have the indices. We have a triangle at the 12. We have trapezoids at the 3 and the 9. And little trapezoids at the odds and dots at the evens. And then we have a sword hour hand, fence post minute hand, and a lollipop second hand with a lollipop counterbalance. And then we have a date at the 6 with a border, and the date wheel is color matched. And not only is it color matched, it's actually green. Sometimes when they do the color matching, they just do black on all the different colors, but no, this is green. So that looks really nice. Unfortunately, though, the date is just a hair off center. So that's a little alignment issue there, a little quality control going on. But speaking of quality control, though, the second hand's hitting all the marks. So you won't sweat off your second hand OCD. So that's nice. So they did a good job with the dial. Then we have a sign screw down crown, and the thread action is just fine. You don't feel a lot of resistance. Then when you go to screw it back down, it catches right away. You don't feel like you're going to strip it. And this is a Miyota movement, so you don't have to worry about minute hand jump or anything annoying like that. Then we have the crystal sapphire flat, and has AR coating, does a good job of not reflecting. I like the crystal. I prefer a flat to a dome. I just think there's less reflection that way. And then we have the case. The case is nice too. The lugs curve down a little bit so it contours to the wrist. We have brush size, then a polished chamfered edge. And it's quite a big chamfered edge. And it gives the watch a nice look. And it's brushed on the bottoms. Then we have the case back. Case back is signed, screw down. And it says 15-18 water resistant, Japan quartz movement, designed in Los Angeles. All right. And it says sapphire crystal. And as you can see too, the case back's nice and thin, so it really keeps the watch thin. Underneath the case back is the Miyota GM12 movement. This is basically a 2115, but much thinner. And that's why they were able to get this watch so thin. So other than that, it's almost identical to a 2115 as far as specs go. It's just the thinness is the main difference. And the battery lasts 3 years, so you get the same battery life as a 2115. Then we have the strap. The strap is silicone, and it's soft, it's squishy. It's not the best grade of silicone. I felt better. It's kind of thin too, and it does have quick release though, so that's always a bonus. And then it has 2 keepers, and neither one are fixed. Personally, I don't think it needs 2, and if I was to keep this watch, and I'm not sure if I am yet, I would probably remove one of these keepers. You can do that by just flexing it over the buckle, or you could actually just take the buckle off. Because for me, I don't need 2 keepers. Maybe if your wrist was very small, you might need both of them. I sure don't. But anyway, the strap has a texture to it up top, and then there's a little indent for breathability. And I'm not sure what this slot at the end's for. And here's the steel bracelet. Once again, the steel bracelet is a $90 upcharge. Otherwise, you get the canvas khaki strap for your second strap. But anyway, the steel bracelet's nice. It has solid end links with quick release. So always love quick release on a bracelet. It makes getting the bracelet on and off so much easier. We do have protruding end links, but that doesn't really matter because this watch isn't very big at 39 millimeters, so it doesn't make the watch wear any bigger really. Then we have 3-link, and they are not fully articulating, and everything's brushed. There's no polish on the bracelet, but it looks nice. And then we have screw pins, and the heads are fairly big, so you can get them in and out easily. And I removed 2 links to fit on my wrist, and then I pushed it in a couple holes of micro adjust. So I probably could have removed 3 links. So that means that the bracelets should be long enough for most people. Then we have the clasp. We have a milled lower, pressed upper, and it's signed, the fold over signed. And once again, we got 4 holes of micro adjust, so you should be able to get the perfect fit. And this is not a particularly heavy watch, so the perfect fit isn't quite as important. But I like this bracelet. So personally, I much prefer this watch on the bracelet than the silicone strap. So I think the $90 is well spent. Here's the watch on the supplied silicone strap. That looks and wears nice. It's nice and flat on the wrist. I have 5 notches left, so the strap's plenty long. And this is a skin diver. It's not really designed to go over a wetsuit, so it really doesn't need to be any longer. And here's the watch on the steel bracelet. I think that looks really nice. I really like this bracelet. I think I much prefer the watch on the bracelet than the silicone strap. I removed 2 links to fit, then I moved it in 2 holes of micro adjust. So you should be able to wear this 8.5, no problem. But yeah, I like the bracelet. Here we are in the loom room. Just wearing this watch for review purposes, I could tell that it has excellent loom, which you could easily see when the room was merely dim and not even dark. As we speed up the time, we see a nice blue glow of BGW9 and everything is doing just great. And there's hardly any fading at all. Even the often neglected second-hand lollipop is easily visible, as is the loom pip, which allows the timing bezel to be used in the dark. Everything is nice and even with no apparent weak spots. This is excellent loom indeed. Even though this watch has excellent loom, here it is against the best loom watch I have, the Foresight PH-1. As you can see by this test, as good as it still pales in comparison to this watch. What I like about this watch, it looks and wears nice, it's super thin, has awesome loom, has a quick release bracelet and strap, and it has a color match date at the 6. What are my gripes and groans? The date is off center, and I'm not a fan of the supplied silicone strap. I just so much prefer the bracelet, but the bracelet's a significant upcharge. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, this watch looks and wears great and has awesome loom. I've thoroughly enjoyed wearing this watch. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Vaer DS2 Meridian, and I'll be back with another review. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this watch, I'll leave a link to Vaer. I do not have an affiliate link with them, but if you buy that watch, be sure to tell them that you saw it on Fun with Watches, and maybe they'll send me more. And I'd like to thank my Members Choice members. There you are. Last time I looked, there was 12 of you. I have the Members Choice watch up for sale now. I haven't had any bites yet. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to lower the price because I don't think anybody's going to spend $130 on a Addie's dive. And so we're going to probably take a significant loss on the next Members Choice. And don't forget, I'm giving away North Edge X1. The giveaway will be Sunday, so if you haven't signed up yet, be sure to sign up. So I'll leave a link for it right here, and if the link doesn't show up, that probably means that you've seen this video after the giveaway. Bye.